So welcome back to another video. This is TeamOverclocked, and today we're going to be talking about AMD and their goals for 2017. AMD fanboys have been talking a lot about AMD Ryzen and AMD Vega, which seems to be AMD's key back to being competitive in the CPU and high-end GPU market. They have been getting delayed, but they have finally been demoed and officially announced by AMD. At CES 2017 at the AMD booth, they featured an AMD Vega GPU with an AMD Ryzen CPU, which was able to run Doom at 4K ultra settings at well above 60 FPS, which is really amazing considering this is in line with a GTX 1080 from Nvidia. Along with that, this was a reference GPU with beta drivers, so the final version will definitely perform better than the one at the demo. Also at the AMD booth, they had running demos of AMD Ryzen chips running games in real time. In one of the demos, an AMD Ryzen 8-core 16-thread processor clocked at 3.4 GHz was keeping up with an i7 6900K, a $1,000 CPU from Intel. That really shows that AMD hasn't been slacking off this past year or so and have been putting together a really good product that should be able to compete with Intel at the budget to high-end markets. This will probably give AMD some leverage in the high-end market, especially if the CPU in the demo we just talked about was about to be put up for sale by AMD for, let's say, $700 instead of $1,000. Then Intel would have to drop its price to compete because they perform about the same. The same goes for Intel's mainstream chips like the i5, i3, and Pentium series. So AMD's launch should really be a good way to drop prices and get better bang for the buck CPUs. Speaking of Intel, their Kaby Lake architecture has been a pretty big disappointment. Kaby Lake is just the same Skylake chip with just an increase in clock speed, and even then the power consumption is increased as well, so there is no performance per watt increase at all either. I do doubt that Intel would blindly launch such a weird product, knowing when Ryzen is on its way, and there may be something such as price cuts or hidden SKUs of CPUs that Intel might release once Ryzen launches. Whatever happens, AMD is bound to get back to getting some real work done, and they should be able to regain much of the market share that they had been losing in the past 4 to 5 years in the CPU and GPU markets. This will be great for everyone except maybe Intel, as it will be pushing innovation from both Intel and Nvidia along with AMD itself as this competition is renewed. And in the end, this will bring down the prices of higher quality parts lower for the average PC gamer. So if you guys have any comments, please leave them in the comments below. And yeah guys, that's all for today. If you liked the video, please overclock the like button. If you didn't like it, please dislike this video and subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one.